Some of the richest people in the world started with nothing. They came from poor families, were born into poverty, and had to fight their way to the top. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of these billionaires and their stories. Number 1. Harold Hamm. One of the largest independent oil businesses in the world, Continental Resources, was founded and is led by Harold Hamm. He was the 13th child of sharecroppers in Oklahoma, picking cotton barefoot as a kid. At age 16, he began working at a petrol station to help support his family. Later, he established his own trucking business, transporting water to and from oil fields. He then borrowed money in 1971 to dig his first well. He had the idea to employ horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing in the Bakken region of North Dakota in the 1990s, revolutionizing the U.S. oil industry. Continental now produces 400,000 barrels of oil and gas every day. More than 80% of the business is owned by Hamm and his 5 children together. Number 2. WhatsApp founder Jan Koum. Koum was born in a tiny Ukrainian hamlet outside of Kyiv, where his mother worked as a housewife and his father was a laborer. At the age of 16, Koum and his mother moved to California, where he worked cleaning grocery store floors and obtaining food stamps to support them. Koum spent his free time learning about computers, and by the time he was 18, he was an expert hacker. He was hired by Yahoo as an infrastructure engineer in 1997. He reportedly bought an iPhone in January 2009 and instantly saw the lucrative app market it might give rise to. He founded WhatsApp Incorporated in California on his birthday, February 24, 2009. And then Facebook paid an astounding $19 billion in February 2014 for the well-known mobile messaging program, WhatsApp. Number 3. Ralph Lauren founder Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren was originally born in the Bronx to immigrant parents. He enrolled in Baruch College after graduating from high school, but subsequently withdrew. Ralph left school and his job in the military. Soon after, he began working as a Brooks Brothers cashier before switching to work as a salesperson for a tie company. Lauren created his first tie at the time, but the management rejected it. Soon after, he began creating his ties from rags and selling them to independent stores in New York. He established his first necktie store in 1967 and began selling ties under the Polo brand. Nearly 50 years later, his clothing remains to be well known. As of 2022, Ralph Lauren has an estimated net worth of $6.6 billion. Number 4. IKEA founder Ingvar Kamprad. Ingvar Kamprad grew up on a farm in rural Sweden. He launched a variety of short-lived businesses in his early years. He was widely known in the community for selling his neighbors practically anything he could get his hands on, including matches, pencils, Christmas decorations, and fish. He soon decided to launch IKEA, a mail-order company, using the funds his father had given him as a reward for his academic success. Because Kamprad used local manufacturers to keep manufacturing costs and customer pricing low, furniture quickly became one of his best-selling goods. His worth, which was once among the highest in the world, has since decreased little, but he stands at an amazing $3.8 billion. Number 5. Jean-Paul DeJoria, Paul Mitchell, Patron. Jean-Paul DeJoria, a millionaire and co-founder of the Paul Mitchell hair care brand and the Patron Spirits Company, was raised in a foster home and was once a gang member. At the age of 9, he started selling Christmas cards and newspapers to help support his family. John's math instructor once said he would never be successful with anything in his life. But that didn't stop him from reaching his objectives. Instead, all the suffering and lack of resources served as fuel for his current development. John began his career as a janitor while living out of his car and selling shampoo door to door. He then co-founded and expanded enterprises worth billions of dollars. His current net worth is now $4 billion. Number 6. Mohed Altrad. Altrad was raised by his grandmother after being born into a nomadic tribe in the Syrian desert to a poor mother who was raped by his father and passed away when he was a little child. She forbade him from going to school in Raqqa. Altrad went to school even though he didn't speak French, and had only one meal a day when he arrived in France to pursue university. Nevertheless, he obtained a PhD in computer science, worked for some of the top French corporations, and finally purchased a struggling scaffolding business that he turned into Altrad Group, one of the top producers of scaffolding and cement mixers in the world. Previous honors include World Entrepreneur of the Year and French Entrepreneur of the Year. Number 7. Howard Schultz, Starbucks. Howard Schultz, the chairman and CEO of Starbucks, was key to the growth of the business into what it is today, a massive coffee retailer with 23,000 physical locations worldwide, and a market value of nearly $85 billion according to Forbes. This wealthy businessman with a net worth of $2.9 billion did not grow up wealthy. After working in several dead-end professions that brought neither money nor respect, Schultz claimed that his father turned into a broken man. However, this struggle seems to have inspired Schultz to achieve his current level of success. Number 8. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey was raised in a low-income Mississippi home. She ran away from home at the age of 13 after a horrific upbringing, in which she was assaulted and molested by 2 family members and a family acquaintance. She gave birth when she was 14. The baby passed away soon after. A scholarship at Tennessee State University was given to Winfrey. She began her career at the early age of 19 as the first African-American TV journalist in the state after participating in a local beauty competition. Later, she relocated to Chicago and started producing her morning program. It was called The Oprah Winfrey Show. She was the first female producer and owner of a talk show in history. From 1986 through 2011, 25 seasons of the program were shown. Winfrey established OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network, after leaving her talk program. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.